Okay. Hey guys. Sorry, my sister's in the room. So if you hear her, disregard. So I have a story time about my crazy ex. I'm not gonna say his name, but he was wacky. So we broke up like a whole bunch of times too. Never get back with your ex. You've done that? It's a mistake everyone makes. I made it like 3 times on him, just on him, which is wild. But when we first started dating, when we first started talking, I was 16 and he was like 21. She was looking at me like, you're crazy. Yeah. And then when on my most recent, when we were most recently together, like I broke up with him like finally, but like, and we were done. But when we were recently together, I was 19, the age I still am. And he would keep on bringing up how he met me when I was 16, and I didn't know how to react to that. I was just like, yeah. And he said, you lied about your age though. And I was like, no I didn't, because I literally didn't. And he said, you told me you were 17. Sir, like that makes it any better. That's hilarious. Like that makes it any better. I was still underage. The fuck? Goofy. But yeah, so, and then the one I think the first time he broke up with me because I did my makeup when I was sick. And cause I wanted to, feel pretty, and he said, you can't do your makeup while you're sick. And I asked him, do you think I'm pretty? And I asked him like that a few times, and then he broke up with me for that. The fuck? And I think I was 17 then. And then we got back together a few months later, and then he broke up with me a little bit after I turned 18. Bro was like, oh, you're an adult now, see ya. And then she laughed at that. And then I turned 19 when I got back with him. So then I think 6 months later, after he broke up with me when I turned 18, he texted me and was like, I want to get back together. And I was like, okay. And this was a long distance relationship, by the way. Winnie, stop. Sorry, my dog. He lived in California. But yeah. And then we got back together. And then he visited me. And oh boy, was that a crazy time. So I'm not gonna get too into it. But he gave me a little one of these. Which is kind of crazy. I was like, I didn't even know what to do. I was just like this. I was befuddled. Frankly, I was baffled. I was just like, what? Excuse me? Why did you do that? And then he did other things that were bad as well. But yeah. And then oh my god, we were walking on the street, and someone complimented my hair, because I had just recently done my hair. So, and he complimented my hair, and then my ex growled at him. Growled like a dog. I was like, bro, what? Ain't no way you just did that. Ain't no way you just growled at someone. I was just like this. I didn't know what to do. I was trying not to laugh at him, because that was hilarious. It was like a real comedy routine. And then I stayed with him. And then here we get to the parts where I get mad. So one night I forgot to ask him about his day once. I forgot to ask about his day once because I wasn't feeling the best. And he flipped on me, bro. He was like, you didn't even ask how my day was. You didn't have to, blah, 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 blah. You think it's my 1 year. What's my 1 year at Tesla? And you didn't even say anything. Excuse me, I didn't fucking know, dumbass. But he was like, you didn't say anything. And I just got to my family. Like, he had like a family thing. And I just got to my family house. And you didn't even ask if I was there yet. And I'm just like, what?
could not understand a word you just said.
Okay, I'll translate. Okay, I'll add subtitles, yeah. But yeah, he was being a bitch. And then he was getting mad at me. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. I just forgot. And I haven't been having the greatest day myself. You haven't asked me how I've been. Should I flip out on you for that? And he said, I don't want your sorries. I was like, damn. Damn, bro. You're feeling some type of way. You need to, like, take a nap.
Feisty chihuahua.
He is a feisty chihuahua. He is. He's wild. Oh my god. And then I was like, okay, well, I don't know what else you want me to fucking say, because if you don't want sorries, I don't know what the fuck you want. And then he was like, you need to prove that you're sorry with your actions, not your words. And I was like, what is this, bro? What is this? Like, actually, I forgot.
TED Talk?
It says TED Talk, literally. Like, I forgot to ask about your day once because my day has been trash. Sorry. Oh. Like, I said sorry, but I wasn't sorry because I shouldn't have to be sorry for that. The way you set your drink down. And then, so then I just gave in and I was like, well, how was your day? And he was like, it was pretty good. And he, like, flipped. Like, he went from angry to, like, nice in, like, seconds, and it was kind of crazy.
Wow.
It was crazy, bro. Like, he's got some mental illness. He needs to take the meds. And I was like, what the fuck? Whatever. And then after that, I was like, well, I just, like, feel like shit because you kind of just flipped on me and then now you're nice again. Like, I don't know how that's supposed to work.
He's bipolar.
He probably was. Well, he probably is. I always talk about my exes like they died because I think it's funny. But, shit, what was I gonna say? Fuck! I don't know what I was gonna say. Oh, yeah. So I brought it up to him and he was like, well, I don't know what you want me to say, blah, 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 blah. And he was like, do you not want me to share my feelings anymore? And I was like, bro, when did I fucking say that? Don't flip on me like a freak, bro. And then we just went back and forth and I was like, I need you to leave me alone because this is overwhelming me. Like, I need to step back because you're acting crazy on me. You're going crazy mode. And he was like, well, how long? And I said, I don't know, when I'm ready. And he kept on texting me after that. He was crossing my boundaries. And then, because I say that because when we were together, like when I was 16, he would be like, you're not respecting my boundaries. And he broke up with me because of that one time. And yeah, so I was like, I told my mom, I was like, he's pushing my boundaries, because I told her about them. And, oh yeah, and he was like, well, will you still say goodnight to me? And I was like, yeah, I will, because I just said it because I just wanted him to, like, be out of my face. And then, after that, he sent, like, 12 full-length paragraphs in, like, an hour, or 30 minutes to an hour. It was crazy. He was texting me all fucking night. And eventually I was just like, yo, can you please? I'm not even looking at what she's doing. Fucking dog's being weird. And I was like, can you just stop? Like, I need space. What do you not understand about that? And then he kept on texting me. And then in the morning he literally sent me like essay style, bro. Winnie, stop. Stop it, Winnie. And then the next morning he sent me like a full-on essay. Like, it was in essay format, which is insane And he was like, I'm so sorry, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, whatever. And then I was like, I just need some more time of you not fucking texting me. And then a few days later, well, actually, and then he was like, will you just agree to check in or whatever? And I was like, okay. Like, if I feel like it. Like, that's what I meant when I said okay. And then a few days passed, and the day that I agreed to check up on him, I don't. Because I forgot. I forgot that I agreed to. Because I've been, like, trying to get my mind off him. And then he goes and tries to follow my little sister, which, on Instagram. Which, first of all, in the morning, I saw the caller ID, and it was literally his dad's name. And his dad, he said he wasn't talking to his dad anymore because his dad is a fucking pedophile. And then, like, I guess it just runs in the family.
I was gonna say that.
And then my ex goes and requests to follow my little sister. And I was like, fuck no. So, because she texted me. And she was like, what's his name again? And I was like, why? And she said, because he requested to follow me on Instagram. And I said, what?
But it popped, like, it went away instantly.
Yeah, because he said that he requested it for like an hour, and then he undid it.
I was at school, like, what?
Yeah, which still, you shouldn't have done that in the first place, bud. And so I go to him, and I'm like, I have a question. And he's like, yeah, what's up? And I'm like, did you request to follow my little sister? And he was like, yes, because I've been so worried about you. And I was like, oh, here we go. And then he was trying to, like, guilt trip me. And saying, like, shit, it's hard to remember because it was a while ago. But, he was like, well, if you just checked in with me in the first place, then this wouldn't have happened. Like, no. You just need to wait patiently and not text my sister. What the fuck? That's fucking weird as shit. Especially after you get your pedophile dad to call me. What is that? I don't want to talk to your dad. I'm 19 now. He doesn't want me. And then, she's already laughing. And then I laugh about it now because it was just ridiculous. But at the moment, I was not laughing. But I laugh to cope. But because I know someone's gonna be calling me out. But yeah, so we kind of went back and forth on that, and I was like, well, you don't need to follow my family members. And he was like, well, you just need to check in with me. And I was like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Because you should not be trying to contact my family members. Anyway, he was like trying to act like he thought I died. Excuse me? Why would I? Why? No, you didn't. You just wanted to, I don't know, be, like, I'm not saying he was trying to be weird with her, but I'm just saying, like, he's just insane, and he needs to know what I'm doing, like, at all times. That's fucking crazy. And then, oh, and I wasn't allowed to have friends with him when I was with him either. And he was like, if I had it my way, you wouldn't have any friends at all. Oh, he said, if I had it my way, you'd be locked in a room. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't move. And he made me get rid of my guinea pigs. Because he was like, well, if you're going to move here, you have to get rid of your guinea pigs. And I was like, okay. And I couldn't afford them anyways, so I did have to rehome them. But he was like, bitch, you made me get rid of my guinea pigs. Fuck you. And yeah. So, but yeah, so we went back and forth on that. And I was like, whatever. I'm done. I'm done with this right now. And, oh, yeah. And then he was like, you said you would check in. I said, no, I didn't. When you said, will you check in? I just said, okay. Like, as in if I felt like it. And he sent me a screenshot of me agreeing, which I forgot about because all of this ridiculousness, you know, my brain's overloaded. And he said, you trying to make me a liar? And he, like, went crazy on me. And I was like, what? No, I just forgot. And he was like, okay.
Did he growl again?
No, he didn't. This was in text. Stop. That'd been funny if he said grr. Fucking grr. But yeah, so that was that. And then, like, a few weeks later, I broke up with him because I was just done. Well, actually, I went to break up with him, and then he broke up with me. Oh, I was so pissed. The only reason I didn't break up with him that night was because I thought he was asleep, because he said he was going to sleep. So I said, okay. And then I was gonna... and then... Damn, I might cut that out. And then... fuck. And then, he texted me and was like, I can't do this anymore. And I was like, okay. But, here's some funny bits. So, me and my friend Sam, my online friend Sam, catfished him. And he was saying some crazy shit. Like, he didn't even know what we looked like, but he was like, oh yeah, I'm a tree and I want you to climb me. And I'm talking about his dick, and I was scared. Also, editor's note, he's not tall. He's 5'3". So saying that he's a tree is crazy. It was very traumatizing. And I was like, ew. I was like, okay, Sam, we're done. And then he revealed himself, and it was very funny. Because he said, thanks for letting me know. It was so funny. He was like talking to this girl for like a few hours. Didn't ask the age or anything, which is crazy. But yeah. And then like a month later, my same friend Sam writes a email to Tesla and listing all the bad shit he did, which I'm not gonna be talking about, but yeah, all that bad shit, like bad. So he sent an email, and then they sent an email back saying that he got temporarily suspended from his job because they found something on his phone. That's crazy. They found something on his phone, so they temporarily like suspended him, which is crazy. I was in shock. I was like, no way, because that's such a win. Because he's a piece of shit. Like, oh my god, like actually. But yeah, that was kind of my story time on Crazy Ex. He was very insane. Can't believe I made it out in one piece. So glad I didn't move over there, because I was going to move over there. I probably would have ended up, you know, on a true crime podcast as a victim. I probably would have died, bro. In that fucking room he was going to lock me in and do, like, psychological torture tests on me. He literally said, he was like, yeah, I'll put speakers in there and I'll talk to you in there and I'll fucking degrade you and I won't give you food. Or, well, he said he would, like, he said, I'll just, only the times I be in there is to feed you and freaky shit. I know, it was so disgusting. I, like, felt very disgusted. I was like, okay, I'm about to throw up now. But yeah, he was saying, like, he was going to talk and whisper and then not let me sleep. He was going to play music, like, super loud so I couldn't sleep. Oh, the dog's being weird. Like, he wanted to do that Russian sleep test on me. I didn't know. I don't know. I would have been, oh my god. If I moved, I probably would have been dead by now, which is insane. That's kind of scary, low-key. Right? Like, isn't that scary? Yeah, he was, like, saying all that shit. So, yeah, I'm glad I made it out alive. But, yeah, that was my story. Thanks for tuning in. And, as always, if you liked this and want to see more of me, don't forget to diddle that subscribe button. I'm sorry, my outro is weird. But, yeah, diddle that subscribe button really hard. Yeah. I'll see you guys in the next one.